The US ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, said on Wednesday the Trump administration's policy in Afghanistan is working and they're closer to a peace process than ever. However, the UN was recently reporting itself almost 500,000 people were displaced in the country in 2017 alone. Let's have a look at some of the latest pictures from Afghanistan.
The U.S. policy on Afghanistan is working.
We are all war victims. The bombing is ongoing in our village. A lot of houses have been destroyed in several villages. About 6,000 to 7,000 displaced families are living in this camp.
We're closer to talks with the Taliban and the peace process than we've seen before.
As we were fleeing, the Taliban and ISIL were fighting each other. Then government forces launched a military operation against ISIL. Our houses were destroyed, our livestock killed.
We do not want Afghanistan to be a safe haven for terrorism anymore, and so we continue to go down that path.
21 international terrorist groups are operating in this country. Dozens of suicide bombers are being sent. We are under siege.
We do everything we can to combat terrorism.
Nikki Haley has to pretend that US policy is working because she's a loyal follower of Donald Trump, and she can't say that Donald Trump's policy is not working. His policy is very similar to Obama's, except that he's now sending another 4,000 troops. So soon there will be something like 14,000 US troops instead of none at all. So that's a sign that the old policy wasn't working, but it's not at all clear that the new policy of sending more troops will work either. The trouble is that whereas 5 or 10 years ago the main opponents were the Taliban, since then we've had other people coming into the picture. There was the Haqqani network, there was Gulbuddin Hekmatyar, but then the third group that's come up in the last 5 years is ISIS. They've been conducting some very dramatic suicide bombings in Kabul itself, so that Kabul itself has become much less safe than it used to be.